Just a quick update on old Bob here. He's still with us, as you can see. He had a reasonably peaceful night. The fits, convulsions only came, I suppose, anything between every 15 minutes and a couple of hours, so he rested reasonably well. He had a reasonable amount to eat first thing this morning, not enough to keep a rooster his size going for very long, and he hasn't got any fat on him. He's skin and grief, so obviously, as I say, this whatever problem he's got has been going on for some time, but with no symptoms of any sort, because as I say, he's got no fat on his bones. He was doing this sideways bobbing of his head for forever, since I can remember, for at least a year, if not more. But he's been drinking an awful lot. He's had his yoghurt and herb and bits and pieces concoction. He drank that with great enthusiasm and then had a fit immediately after it. The fits were just as powerful as they were. I thought they might have been diminishing a bit in ferocity as they were diminishing in frequency, but they're not. They're just as aggressive. I think he's just weakening a bit now because of obviously he's not eating enough, so they don't seem quite so aggressive, but they are. When he had a fit out here and he put him against my legs as I do, when I've got him to try and stop him, or not stop him, but stop him hurting himself and throwing himself all over the place, the power he puts in his legs is incredible. I have to brace myself, otherwise he would knock me over too. So I don't really know what to make of him, but we've now got more problems because it poured with rain all day yesterday, so I couldn't put him out there yesterday morning and give him a dust, and also reintroduce him to old Floyd, his stable mate, his brother, so they keep in sort of contact with each other. So if he does get over this and go forever onwards, upwards and forwards and turn back into a normal rooster that can, go back out in the world and do his thing, that he'll be accepted back, into the bosom of Floyd. So I couldn't do that yesterday. And today is a filthy day. Raining, well, not raining, monsoon on and off. So obviously, again, I can't get him out there to power back up with Floyd or dust him. And I daren't diatomaceous earth him in the house with all the fits he has, that it would go everywhere, he'd breathe it in, and so would I. And no, I can't do that, so I've just got to hope that, if he has still got lice, that he hasn't got enough to re-compromise him again. But I'm wondering now if it's his kidneys that are affected as well as his liver, well, in fact the whole of his intestinal works, because, say, his crop's making a better noise now when he drinks. His intestines seem to make a better noise. They don't do this squeaking, almost screaming noise. They make a proper digesting, gurgling, everything going down noise. So that's better. But he has got the smell about him still. Here we go. Oh, poor man. Okay. There you go. All right. Oh, you got your head stuck. Oh dear. Okay, my love. Well, that wasn't too bad, was it, eh? That wasn't too bad. His crop is emptying quite quickly. I know it's only fluid he's had, because the bit of grain he had this morning, well, the mash he had this morning was not enough to keep a flea going. But at least he showed interest, and he did immediately look at it and go, "Oh, food," and start pecking with a vengeance, but not really seeming to know what he was doing. But I'll say his crop is tightening. When you aggravate it a bit, and everything is going down, and it is emptying completely. There's absolutely nothing in there when it does empty completely, so that's good. His comb is more wimped now than it was. There's a better temperature, and there's little wattles. That swelling there is quite cold. I'm wondering if it's bruising. I'll try and put a bit of arnica on it. But it hasn't got any bigger. It hasn't gone down, but it's blackening, so I think Where's just been throwing himself around, and it's, you know, inflammation, bruising. That one's okay. That feels quite hot, that one. That one feels cold. But, yeah, so if the sun... Oh, no, it's no good if the sun comes out this afternoon, because Floyd will be in then, and Morris and Oosteray will be out. So that's why I've got the window open, even though the rain keeps coming in. And the gale, it's cold as well today, which isn't helpful either. Got the window open so he can hear Floyd, and Floyd can hear him, and they have been sort of having a bit of a conversation from time to time, but I don't know. I just wish I knew what I was dealing with. I enjoy a challenge, and I enjoy trying different things and seeing what works and what doesn't work and changing things around. But I just wish I knew what I was dealing with, and I might be able to deal with it a bit better for him. Tried everything and anything in different combinations and different times. I'm also giving him a few antibiotics at night. I've given him 4 mils of the antibiotic, you know, the water-soluble antibiotics, just in case. But I'm only giving him 4 mils because I don't want to compromise his system if there is something else going on there that antibiotics will actually make worse. So, but just to cover him, I don't know. It's just, I'll do everything. Everything and anything. But as I say, a challenge I really do enjoy, but I just wish I had some idea of what I might be dealing with here. Whether it's something that's peculiar to him, you know, it's just something that is going to finish him, you know, a genetic thing, or a non-bacterial, non-viral, non-toxin thing. It's just him that, and all I'm doing is keeping him going. But he's quite happy, you know. He had a little bit of a wander around first thing as well in the kitchen, and then he went backwards, and then he had a fit. So, but he, you know, he is alert. He is aware of what's going on most of the time. He's drinking, as I say, eating when he thinks about it, and I force the issue. But you know, for the moment, his quality of life isn't too bad. He's not suffering. He doesn't appear to be suffering. And the convulsions... Yeah, that's your mate. That's your brother. It is. That's old Floyd. It's old pretty boy Floyd out there under the kitchen window. You can hear him, can't you? Yeah. Don't know if he can hear you, though. And, you know, all the time he's relatively happy, even though I just wish the convulsions would stop. But they are decreasing in frequency. So either I'm doing something right or he's getting better. But say if he doesn't eat enough, he's just going to get weaker and weaker, and eventually he'll die anyway. But at least he showed interest this morning in food, which he didn't yesterday morning at all. And he didn't really yesterday, well, all day yesterday I kept trying to encourage him to eat, but he wasn't really interested at all. So, but today, you know, this morning he did show, it was all food and went straight to it. So, you know, that was better. So we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Well, old Bob's doing quite a bit better now. Yeah, I thought I was going to lose him earlier this afternoon. He was very lethargic, didn't seem to want to open his eyes at all, didn't want to eat. Every time he had a drink, he had a fit. They were coming every 2 minutes again. First thing this morning, he heartedly ate 3 or 4 bits of corn and had a good drink, then had a convulsion, and after that he didn't want to know. He had his yoghurt concoction. He is walking alive with lice still, because they were crawling all over me this afternoon when I had him on my lap, because he seemed very unwell. They're all over my hands, up my arms, all over my legs. Oh my god, I nearly went mad. So I've just sprayed him with garlic and lavender, garlic water and lavender, and we'll see if that improves the situation with the lice. That's going to be a lot better for me and him in the house anyway, than dusting him with diatomaceous earth. Careful. Oh, we're going to fit? No. Are you going to have a wander around then? Or are you going to have a fit? Oh, it's a lot better, isn't it, eh? A lot better. His comb's drooping over further and further and further. I've put some arnica on his swellings there. I think it's just where he's been crashing around, his bruising and edema. But his comb is a bit of a worry, because that's just falling over more and more and more. It's not hot anymore. It's not cold either, it's about right temperature. His wattles right temperature, but he's very, very hot under his wings. But yeah, he's greatly improved this afternoon. Every time he had a convulsion earlier on, I would put a load of corn down. I can't get the pellets to hang together as like little food bullets. They just fall to bits, and of course as he's gasping with his mouth open, he breathes it in, so, and then coughs and splutters and chokes. So I'm not doing that, so it's got to leave it to corn. But I did put a raw egg in with his yoghurt this morning, and I think that's helped him. That's given him protein. So yeah, with the raw egg, I say he had his yoghurt and herb concoction with the raw egg. He took that down okay. I made it very liquidy so he could just drink it. He did keep convulsing after every about 3 or 4 mouthfuls, but he did finish it in the end. And this evening, when I got him out to spray him, he's had about another 30-35 pieces of corn on his own, and he's had a good drink of a bit of garlic water to try and sort the lice out from the inside as well. You know, hopefully the aroma will come through his skin, and what doesn't get annihilated by the spray, hopefully leave him. Normally I still couldn't put him out today because it pouring with rain again, but hopefully tomorrow will be better, in which case I'll get him out and I'll give him a spray out there and let him have a wander around out there, so he goes. But he's getting ready to roost now, so I'll put him back in his cage and let him settle for the night. But no, he did very well this evening, drank very well and ate very well on his own without having a convulsion. He still hasn't had a convulsion, so he seemed to enjoy me spraying him as well for some reason. Chickens don't like getting wet, but he lifted his wings up while I was spraying them. He actually lifted them up for me. I didn't have to lift them up, he lifted them up for me, which was quite good. And his tail was in a slightly better position. His head's down a bit, but it's not like he was earlier. He was literally head standing, and every time he went to move, he just had a convulsion. And I thought, oh, this is the beginning of the end. But as I say, he's rallied a bit, so we'll see what day 11 brings tomorrow. But I'm pleased with him tonight.